Hello, my name is Kamtin with the band The Chain Gang of 1974.
And I'm Ryan with F&F Present, and this is Unplugged. Can you tell us about the path, just from when you started with music to how you got to this point that you are today?
You know, it's been I think kind of everywhere, to be honest with you. And I've always been a believer of, you know, you need to progress with whatever you're doing in your life. And if you're not progressing, then in my beliefs, in my opinion, like you're doing something wrong. Which is the reason why I've been doing this band for so long. Because I feel like it's been a constant progression. The sound has evolved with each release. The reception has gotten just a little bigger. We've never been a band that started and blew up right away and fell down or like never did anything. It's just been a really, really, really small build with each, I guess, like honestly with like each record. And you know, we're at a point now where I think it's a beautiful thing to see that people care and they're paying attention to it. So,
Was there anything that you would have changed along the way?
There are some songs I don't want to say I regret making,
right,
but I'll listen back to it. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, but I think especially for myself, I'm very influenced by things, and I kind of wear like my bands on my sleeve, like bands that I admire, bands that I love. I want to emulate what they're doing. I want to do that, and I really did that on Wayward Fire, the record we put out in 2011. I felt like I had to be that person, and that had nothing but a negative effect on the band, right, and myself and my own personal life. And then, you know, taking time away for a little bit and starting to think about what Daydream Forever was going to be. Certain things in my life changed for the better. Realized that I don't need to emulate what I admire so much, yeah, and instead I was just writing records. You know, like I just was like writing songs. I was listening to just a lot of stuff that didn't really, sound-wise and sonically, didn't influence the band at all.
Right.
Listening to a lot of hardcore bands, a lot of punk bands, and next thing I know, I had a record done in a month. It was just,
wow.
Yeah, it was really awesome. I moved to Malibu for a month, right, set up a studio in this beautiful house up in the canyons of Malibu, and a month later the record was done. And it was this very quick, natural thing, and it's cool because I think, you know, people have been receiving that record quite well, and it's been awesome to know that the process was so easy and beautiful, you know, fulfilling, and people are kind of understanding that, and they were like, oh, this song makes me feel this way, you know, like this and that. So I don't know, it's been cool. It's been cool.
So let's talk about a song off the last album, Sleepwalking.
Okay.
Could you just tell us where that came from?
Yeah, that was, you know, that was like the first song, I think, that I basically had not an entire record, about 9 songs demoed for what was going to be the new record, and it was just really dark, really depressing, and I showed it to one of my managers. He basically called my bullshit. He's like, look, this isn't you. Rethink what you're doing. Like, I know this isn't what you truly want to do. Right. You're just trying to kind of, you know, like I said, go back to what I was saying, like, you know, emulate this dark, brooding man. You know, I love people like Morrissey and like Ian McCullough and stuff like that. And I really kind of thought about it, and I went into the studio with a few of my surf buddies, and we just kind of started writing and jamming together, and one thing led to another, and it was within 3 hours the song was pretty much done, and it opened my eyes. Okay, cool, I think I know where I want to go with this record. And even though lyrically the stuff's still, you know, sad and is based on the whole heartbreak aspect of things, the mentality and the attitude behind everything was very positive and happy, and that all came with the lifestyle change and becoming healthier and doing that kind of stuff. But
there's a lyric that just kind of hit me like a ton of bricks for whatever reason, and it is, why did God fail to improve us?
Yeah.
What's the thought behind that? Where are we coming from?
It shows how desperate you are to see some type of change, sure, some type of improvement. It's like, this was fucked up, that was fucked up. We've done everything in our power as human beings to try and change this and make it into a better relationship. It's just not happening, like, and not even that, you know, sure, could have saved it, so it's just dead.
So, the music video for Sleepwalking, was that your idea?
The idea was brought to me.
Yeah.
There was a fantastic director named Thomas Whitmore, and he had some connections with like management and stuff like that, and we started talking to him about ideas, and he pitched the treatment, and I was like, yeah, this is absolutely perfect. You know, it was, and it's funny because he the way the treatment looked is obviously just based on visuals and text.
Right.
And then when I finally saw the rough cut, I was like, you just took it out of my head. Like, you're just exaggerating a memory. You know what I mean? You're building it up to be something something bigger than it actually was.
Right.
You know, like a simple thing of being smiling at each other in a car. That's all it was in reality. But in your desperate state, you build it up to be something more magical, and that kind of tempts you to go back to what you shouldn't go back to.
Recently in an interview, you said that you can't really write a real song until you experience real heartbreak.
That's what draws me to music. It's like a true emotion behind it.
Right.
And I like lyrics that are really, really dark. I like lyrics that are tapping on such honesty when it comes to being a human being. And I really want to make something happen. You know what I mean? I'll be 29 in a week. I'm like done writing sad songs.
You over it?
Hopefully that's not the death of me, because most great musicians, they stop doing drugs, they become happy. Not that I was doing drugs, but you know what I mean? Like, their music starts to suck.
Right.
So we'll see if my next record is totally suck.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Kamtin of the Chain Gang of 1974, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
And go kill it tonight.
Thank you.